They've been doing construction for like 3 years. They just keep building. I'm not even sure when it's going to end, or what's the point, or what's going on. It's like symbolic of a long-term relationship.
Deep.
So Nick.
Yes, sir.
Today's question comes from 18-year-old Matt.
All right.
Matt says, I've been with my current girlfriend for all 4 years of high school. Next year, we're both attending the same college. I'm extremely happy with our relationship, but I'm scared that I will be wasting my entire youth staying with her in college. Would I be making a mistake ruining a perfectly fine relationship just so I can be single in college?
The age-old question.
Yeah. Something tells me we're gonna have very different views on this.
I think it's not a mistake necessarily. I think if you're in a good, healthy relationship, that's never a bad thing. Having said that, I am a big advocate of being free and clear when you're young. And I don't mean that in that like relationships drag you down, but when you're 18, 19, those are the years you're supposed to really kind of explore who you are. And it's very difficult to do that when you are with someone else.
Yeah.
And I always say in your 20s specifically, those are the time that you really need to give to yourself. And it's not a matter of being selfish necessarily, but you do need to make sure that you are the person you want to be in your 20s by the time you're 30. Like when you look at yourself and say, who do I want to be when I'm 30? Your 20s is the time to do that. And it's very, very difficult to do that when you're putting your relationship first instead of yourself.
Yeah, you know, there's very few people I know that look, I'm 26 now. There's very few of my friends that look back and are like, oh man, the relationships I had when I was 18 or 19 were the solid ones.
Yeah.
Like, that's where we're good. Having said that, many of my friends have been in relationships since then and are on their way to get married eventually. And it's like, so things are great. The way I see it is everyone has different goals and stuff. If your goal is to get out there and have sex with as many people as you can, that's a very different goal than trying to find somebody and settle down with them. My thing is, I think finding someone to connect with is the ultimate goal. So if you have that, all the other stuff's just extra. It's like all that stuff is just trying to get to that goal. So if you already have that, you're good. If like you say, it's great and you have a great relationship and you're in love with it, why would you leave it? That doesn't make sense. Having said that, if you're questioning it, that's a big sign.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love Taco Bell as much as the next guy, right? But I've been to Del Taco, I've been to Carl Jr., I've been to some of that McDonald's, I've been to a little bit of the Burger King. I played the field before I decided that Taco Bell was the one for me. You know what? I'm happy I made that decision. But sometimes it's easier to make that decision after you've explored all the other options. And I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it's an option for you. I had a lot of great relationships in my 20s. Most of them ended except for, one.
Hashtag wiped up.
Hashtag got married. And all of them taught me something about myself that was very, very important. You know, at the end of the day, if you're gonna look back, 5, 6, 7 years from now and go, you know what, this was all worthwhile and I'm building towards something and I want to be in this relationship, then by all means be in it. If you are having that doubt right now though, if you're thinking, you know what, it would be nice to date other people and to get out there and to explore, then you owe it to yourself to do that. And you owe it to her to do that because there's nothing worse than staying in a relationship when you're young, just for the sake of staying in a relationship because you've been together for that long.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like 4 years might sound like a long time. It's not.
It's not.
And like you're gonna learn that as you grow up that it's totally not. Having said all of that, 4 years of your young life is a long time.
It's a long time.
And the fact that you guys are going to the same college, I think is a great thing of you guys can make this work. I think you owe it to yourself, and this is gonna be very hard and it's a big challenge, but talk to her, have a conversation.
Definitely.
Be like, hey, how do you feel about this relationship? I feel great about it. I'm thinking these things and I wanna know where you're at. And that's gonna be hard. She's not gonna wanna hear that.
No, she might though.
But maybe she will.
That's
and I think that you owe it to yourself to have that conversation.
You are going into a very awesome and exciting and fun part of your life. And being uninhibited and untethered might be something that you want to talk to your significant other about.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Love and Sex Stuff, the show where anything can happen, really.
Can, and often
Go to
does.
kindafunny.com/loveandsex, fill out the form, and we will answer all of your love and sex advice questions.
And if you want a handy dandy Love and Sex t-shirt, if you want to just have love bathed, you want to bathe in love and just throw it on your chest and wear it for the rest of your life, you can go to kindafunny.com/store where we're selling one. It's right here.
That's great.
Right here.
That's just so great.
Put it in front of us, Tim.
Until
You can't
next
see it,
time,
it's magic.
every Monday, 9 a.m., Love and Sex, straight to you from these guys.
From our mouth to your ear holes.
Tim Gettys on Twitter, Nick_Scarpino on Twitter.